Welcome to this look at a stunning new mod map on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, this is spectacular. The views are phenomenal. It's a tiny map but packed with detail. I'm on Tyrolean Whitecreek Valley. This is by tirolerHeimadh modding and Bayern aka factory mods. 394.28 megabytes download. There are 5 required mods that download automatically. The farm sits at 1,607 meters. It's brilliant. On all 3 game modes, it's 982 slots have been used. On New Farmer, Farm Management, start from scratch. What I love is as you're walking around, we start up here, this lovely little bench. It's hard to breathe up here, the air's thin, but every now and again you get the sound of cowbells, which is, I love it, I absolutely love it. So, the North Tyrolean Alps. I honestly, I'm craving the Lake District now. I'm just, oh, it is brilliant, so well made. Now, looking near the bells, looking down over the farm, the map looks like this. Like I said, it's a small map. Now, there are no contracts available because there are no fields. There are no custom crops. If anything, the crops have been reduced. If you look to the right hand side, wheat, barley, oat, corn, potatoes and grass. That's it. Which I don't think I've ever come across before. It's quite incredible. The map looks like this. On New Farmer, you start with the main, I say the main farm area. That's 551,000. You start with this forestry plot, 5 just there. And you start with the little plot down there, which has a field but doesn't have, there's no contracts because you own it. The plot prices aren't too expensive to buy the rest of it. Now, if you fancy a challenge, I mean, this is the map for it. What I also love as well, I think the start equipment, I'm trying to think of another map that I've had this sort of start equipment with. The hay and forage pack, it says, fits very well here. And any of the alpine stuff, I mean, small equipment machinery. Wow. Anyway, I don't know why I'm so staggered. It looks incredible. So if we go into our build mode, added in, we've got the required mods, but we've also got a vehicle workshop there under Tyrolean Whitecreek Valley. If we go to silos, we've got the Tyrolean Whitecreek Valley farmhouse. So it's not under farmhouses, it's here. That is a hayloft as well, that's why it's under silos. 250,000 litres. And if we go from there to animals and cows, we've got the Tyrolean cow stable just there. Everything else is either required mods or standard in-game stuff. Let's head down the hill. Mountain, I say hill, it's a proper mountain. Yeah, so as far as doing your grass work, I mean the whole map is pretty much grass. I mean that's, I'm trying to think of another map. Fjorddal was one of them, wasn't it? That was quite steep in places, but as far as, I mean pretty much the entire map on here. Stunning, absolutely stunning. So, anyway, down the hill. We've got a pasture to our right, cow pasture. This will do 31 cows. If you want to bring some more out, if you have new births, you might want to move some around. We come down towards the main farmyard, just down here. We do start with cows, we do start with sheep. They also start with feed as well, which is quite nice to get you going. We have a spare manure plate, and over here we've got a little shed. Tear that and pick up. My mind blank then. I had a complete and total blank. Slurry pit just here. Manure heap just there. And then we come round, we've got our bale shredder. We've got 2 cow bits here. The first one is our 21 of 23, which are on the field. And this one says 8. So you can have some additions if you want to. What is cool, let's open up, we'll open this one, doesn't matter. bedding this side, feed this side. We've got this. We have a hay crane. Well, the hay crane's okay. I mean, it's a curious one. If you're doing total mixed ration, that's fine. I suppose you can use the hay. Oh, at the end of the day, it's a hay crane. Doesn't matter. I mean, you can put bales and stuff up on the racking here. So if you brought a bale trailer in, you could grab the bales and put them up. I'll show you. Let's go look. Go and have a look, shall we? There's a door just over here. Open the door. Come up here. I can't find a light switch actually. Everywhere I thought there was been a light switch, it hasn't been. So we come up here, duck. There's a little door here we can open, and then we enter the vehicle. Well, like so. Zoom out a little bit. So L1, right stick side to side. Sorry, right stick up and down does the swinging motion. So right stick up and down. And then side to side, if you get it just right, does that motion. Have we got lights on this? Oh, we have, look. Oh, that's cool. So, as well as that, if I, for example, swing it around that way. So, as far as hayloft goes, if you want to put bales and stuff up here, well, hang on, you can. We can extend that out as well. R1, right stick up and down, and forwards and backwards. So we can pick up bales and stuff, move them around if you want to. Oh, that's one thing I will say, there's no collisions on here. And something else that stood out to me a little bit was, I found it a little bit curious. Whoa, hang on, let's roll it back a bit. And then we go L1, R1, we've got right stick side to side, opens and closes, up and down, rotates. And then L1, R1 and left stick, we've got that movement as well. So as far as movement of bales is pretty good. Now, if you go along through there, I was looking for a way for this screen here to open, because it looks like it's maybe supposed to open. Now you can go through this. There's sort of no collision on it, which is weird. It's almost like a Star Wars force field type thing, which brings you into this bay. We're going to this bay later on. There should be hay in here, or there would be hay in here at some point. So it's yeah, it's a curious one. Got to make sure I bring it straight. Same thing with the controller joystick. Just trying not to do all of the operations at the same time. That's pretty cool. Nice extra function. And then what we'll do is that way around. What's the other way around? Oh, it was the other way around, wasn't it? I'm thinking, oh, I'm a long way away from the side there. And then exit the vehicle, close the gate. We're all good, so hay crane. Very nice. Let's come down to here. Cross button. We do have a lot of front loader gear knocking around all over the place. Fuel tank. This is only a 1,000 litre one, I think. Yep, 1,000 litre, but you have a fuel tank. I love the Lizard D40. Just there. Round the corner, workshop trigger. We do have a mower. Well, I mean, it's predominantly grass work gear. It would be mower, push along, mower, windrower. Sort of merge windrower as well. We've got a Schaefer front loader with more front loader gear here. Then over here we've got the backs for the Lindner Unitrac pack. So we have got the Unitrac, that's back there. So we've got a slurry spreader, manure spreader. We've got a little chimney here. So we come round. We're at the back of the other bit we were just looking at. This production is separate, but hay drying building we can purchase. And we can bring our grass and some wood chips because it needs to run, you know, the stove to warm everything up, the heater. Open the gate. So you're dropping the stuff into here, get it running, and it will turn it to hay. And we were just in here, so you can grab your hay and take it through, load it onto a trailer, whatever. Again, it's entirely up to you what you want to do with it. Milk point is just along here, which we can get to from the other side as well. Then we come around to the sheep side of things. So this is the Tyrolean farm building. Sheep also up on the hillside, mountain side. Sheep, we have got 40 out of a potential 45. If we open this up and come in here, here's our feed trough just here. This one is for the hayloft. So we look up, There's a hole there. So for taking out the hayloft, it's done here. Open this one and come out and come around. Sleep trigger and wardrobe trigger just around the side here. That is now actually a functioning greenhouse. Greenhouse open garden. But if we come up around here, this is where you put into the hayloft, and this is where our Unitrac is. Let's bring that out. Now there is a pickup, but I'm going to go, I mean, it's not a huge map, it's not going to take us too long. But as I say, hayloft putting in down here and you saw taking out down there. I'm assuming it takes hay and straw. So the best way to check that is go into build mode, go to silos and go out to there. And oh yeah, it does say storage space for hay and straw. Bottom right. Okay. Just close the doors there. Now, as I said, slot count's 982 on all 3 game modes. You can remove all the vehicles and machinery and equipment and get that slot count down. These little trackways just lead off to different parts of the hillside. So that one runs around the side there, brings you out into open fields here. So open fields. I mean, look at that. Oh dear. This one is the one that's going to send us back down the mountain to the various other locations we are heading to. But what I was going to say was, you can remove the equipment, machinery and vehicles. You can remove some of the buildings. Be very careful, because you can remove some of the buildings, you can remove some of the fencing. This fencing at the front you couldn't. I couldn't remove all of the decorative objects. It will look like this. So just something to be aware of. As I always say, if you're going to make any changes, you're going to remove stuff, save your game first. If you make the changes and you don't like it, that's all well and good. That's what I do like as well. The river down here. Of all the rivers and all the maps, because this is flowing downhill, maybe it should be flowing faster, I don't know, but I love the animation. It's like a real lovely movement on that. Sometimes they're like white water and it's spraying all over the place and it looks a bit weird. And sometimes you don't really get any kind of... It looks like it's just moving water. It's sort of trickling, running down the hillside. They've nailed that, got that bang on. Gosh, I've done that, there we go. Let's head down the mountainside, shall we? Meadow fencing is one of the required mods. That can all be removed if you want to, if you need to. You don't like having the fencing here. Now this plot of land to the left, if you purchase this plot of land, you get access to the shed. The shed is there, but you can't open the door until you get the land. I'm thinking as well, coming on here and doing forestry as well. It's also, I guess, the big problem. You either come on here and take it as it is. You're taking it as it's an alpine map, and everything that comes with that. I mean, let's be honest. This is not a map suited to placing loads of placeables. Unless you're using very small stuff, you can find yourself a little ledge, maybe do a little bit of landscaping, clear a bit of land. I mean, up in the trees, maybe there might be some other areas. You can flatten out a bit, put a few bits in. But that adds to the challenge, I think. Adds to the... You have to really think about what you're going to put where. If you are going to put any other placeables, any other productions, you might want to put a little... Make a little terrace and have some greenhouses on. But whatever you're going to do, it's going to be challenging. And there are some amazing details in there as well. But we go around the corner here, and we've got the Tyrolean Dairy. This is a bit pricey, 230 grand. But you can make cheese up in the hillside here. Milk to cheese. We can open the side door and we can go in as well. Again, I don't think I thought the light switch would be over here, but I didn't find it. I kept waiting for it to come up in the help menu on the left to say for the lights, but maybe they're automatic. So that's your dairy. Now that may not be what you want to do. You might want to do butter and chocolate and stuff as well. you're going to need a sugar mill, or you're going to need to find, like I say, it's finding those little productions. There's some brilliant packs. There's the what's it? It's the triggers one, isn't it? That I was using, am using on various different Let's Plays, which allows you to turn any building into various different productions. That'd be a cracking one on here, because you can utilise a lot of the buildings and stuff that's already here to add your productions in. So, come down to here. Don't want to turn the engine off. We've got our vehicle shop, just here, with forklift. That is provided. Workshop trigger is just here, on there. The reset point is along this fence. This is not a map for big machinery, as you can probably already tell. Bale sell point is just here, and then the store and hotel, which is pretty much the main. You know, this is the main. This is the sell point. It's just around the back here. So that's your store and hotel sell point. Everywhere's a fantastic view. So we go inside here, workshop trigger there as well, and we've got shed lights should you wish to turn them on. From here then, there's no collectibles. There was nothing showing for collectibles. You get maps like this every now and again. I've said this a few times. This is a rally stage, this one. Hairpin down the bottom of here. Be careful you don't end up going off into the bushes. Especially if you're bringing logs and stuff down. Oh, could you imagine? Now the sawmill here is a sell point. That's why I was kind of saying as well, if you want to do logging and produce things, whether it be furniture, and again there's loads of different ones that do all sorts of stuff, it's going to be a case of either using a separate little trigger that works, or finding yourself a little plateau, or maybe clearing yourself an area up in the forest and setting yourself up a sawmill in the forest. But this is, you sell wood, it's just here, so you drop your lumber off. This is a sell point for wood. You've got a sell point for wood chips as well here, but you've also got a buy point for wood chips, because if you're going to do your hay drying up in your barn, if you don't want to do logging, you might need to buy wood chips, in which case there's a buy point for wood chips here as well. And then we've got our animal dealer just here. But we also have down here as well, we've got a John Deere, and we've got an animal, well, we've got a horse box, actually, a horse trailer, which is an interesting one. Let's just double check this. No, it's not part of our inventory. We can use them. Just wondered if they were. These are just here and available, a bit like the forklift as well. There is a log grab actually, as you've already seen as well. There's a log trailer here. So John Deere log trailer, bucket for wood chips, log grab as well. So as far as logging goes, you can come and get cracking straight away. Let me just double check this trailer, mate. I don't think it's decorative. I get the impression. I meant to check this off camera and I completely forgot. I was just imagining trying. Oh yeah. We have got access to it, which is interesting because we've got cows and sheep, but we don't have horses. I'm not sure where you would put a horse pasture pen, but I guess you probably could. And here's our one field that we own just down here with a few potatoes in it. I mean, that's the map. I still think it's glorious. I think it's just, it's another one of those ones. Look at the detail on all that. If there was enough hours in the day, I'm just thinking what a fantastic challenge it would be to play on this, to try and maybe make some fields and finding the equipment and machinery you could harvest on your steeps. I mean, wow. But that's the map. I would say there's not a lot to it, but there is a lot to it. It's just small. That's Tyrolean Whitecreek Valley by tirolerHeimadh Modding and Björn aka Factory Mods. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.